Selena Gomez is probably one of the most famous names in every teenage household. She is no less than an icon herself. She's known for her furious style and appealing music. However, she's constantly made it to a point to be true and genuine to her fans every time. We as fans know Selena Gomez, only a few out of all really know the real struggle of the past behind this glamorous present. Only true fans of her knows the struggle behind the success she has arrived right now. Hey guys, welcome back to Off Cam Celebs, and here are the biggest problems that almost broke Selena Gomez. A place where she could hide away. While Selena rocks stylish dresses, slays every Instagram pic, and blows our mind with her talent, only a few fans know relatable and far from glamorous her childhood was. According to E! Entertainment Special, her mother gave birth to her at the age of 16, leaving the family struggling for money for many years. Selena's parents divorced when she was 5, and of course, that left a mark on her. As Gomez said, "I was frustrated that my parents weren't together and never saw the light at the end of the tunnel where my mom was working hard to provide a better life for me." Sadly, a lot of us can relate to that. The singer revealed that she was never confident in school. It's impossible to believe that she didn't have many friends and would just sit in the back of a classroom doing her work. Raised by a single parent with not many friends, Selena has one source of inspiration: her strong and talented mother. Looking back at those days, she realized how grateful she is that her mother, an actress in her own right, took Selena from Texas to LA to build a brighter future for her daughter and help her start a career. When she was full of uncertainties and fear, her mom was the one who inspired her and helped her through it, and she still does. Just take a look at Selena in her first Disney audition. Despite the fact that she is unbelievably cute, it's impressive how confident an 11-year-old girl from Grand Prairie was in front of the camera and total strangers. It was a chance she and her family could never have dreamed of. The heart wants what it wants. After so many years of struggling, Selena finally got a chance at fame when she landed a recurring role on Barney and Friends and eventually joined the Disney Channel. Wizards and Waverly Place, Another Cinderella Story, Princess Protection Program, and The Suit Life of Zack and Cody were just a few of her projects that thousands of us grew up watching. That insecure, shy girl that Selena has been in Texas was now playing one of the big screens, recording studio albums and performing in front of millions of people. Gomez was living the dream. She had what almost all teenage girls dream of: a world-famous sweet boyfriend, Justin Bieber. We all know that Selena and Justin broke up and got back together again several times, but only true fans know how hard that was for Gomez. In between the breakup, Selena briefly dated Orlando Bloom, who is, by the way, 16 years her senior. Justin and Bloom even got into a fist fight in a restaurant one night, reportedly because Justin was linked to Bloom's ex-wife, model Miranda Kerr, while Orlando was reportedly trying to make them jealous by dating Bieber's ex-girlfriend. After that, Gomez swiftly moved on to Italian businessman Tommy Schiavra, but after just a few months, she was dating singer Zedd and then businessman Samuel Crost. However, romance and boyfriends were always causing tremendous pain and disappointment for Selena. Selena shared tears publicly over her broken heart more than once, and almost every time it was because of Bieber. After all, both Justin and Selena admitted that they were each other's first true love, and we can all relate to how hard that is to get over. But the media and haters are often very insensitive to celeb struggles. Selena was often mocked for crying so much and her emotional interviews and performances. During her performance at the MAA in 2014, Selena gave a very emotional performance, almost bursting into tears. There was one other person in the audience who was on the verge of crying too, her best friend, Taylor Swift. While many fans couldn't get enough of how sincere and brave Selena was for honestly sharing her feelings, haters were making fun of the ongoing drama. Gomez is an artist to her core, so none of that heartbreak just went through her. Selena managed to turn her painful experience into chart-topping hits like Heart Wants What It Wants, Kill Him With Kindness, and I Want You to Know. Her biggest struggles became her biggest inspiration. Vulnerable. In 2018, the media broke the news that Selena have been checked up into rehab, linking it to another shocking news that Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin were engaged. Imagine how devastating and probably humiliating it was for Selena to find out that the media were speculating about it, when in fact she was dealing with a long-time depression that had nothing to do with Bieber. Selena was depressed because she was still coming to terms with the fact that she was on the verge of dying. In 2015, she was diagnosed with lupus and suffered from its side effects, like arthritis and kidney failure, for a long time. 2 years later, in 2017, the consequences of her illness were unbearable and she was desperately in need of a kidney donor. Finding a donor is a very long process, and the chances of finding a person who is a match are not that high. It was a blessing in disguise that Selena's friend Francia Reza, who was living with her at that time, volunteered to get tested, and it turns out to be a perfect match. Francia was a blessing for Selena, and when the surgery was over, they thought the worst was over. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. One of the arteries had flipped and kidney was turning around inside Selena's body, so she had to go back into surgery for a 6-hour operation. Both girls could only walk for an hour a day for a month and could not even do basic things like getting dressed or having a shower on their own. Imagine how stressful it was for her body, let alone her mental health. Media were still following her every steps and even started speculating that Francia and Selena were no longer friends, allegedly because Selena was drinking, disappointing Francia with her behavior, but none of the girls confirmed the rumors and just had to deal with the hatred from the fandom. So it's no wonder that Gomez had lots of reason to join the rehab, and Justin Bieber's engagement was probably the least of them. Look at her now. Once again, Selena proved how strong she is after battling her depression. She returned to work. In 2017, served as an executive producer for the series adaptation of the novel 13 Reasons Why. Gomez used her experience battling depression and anxiety to help create a show that educates society on how important it is to pay attention and help each other out. Gomez not only had a directorial debut, but also released a new successful studio album, Rare. Her lead single on the album, Use You to Love Me, quickly became a world hit. Gomez is a big philanthropist who has partnered with UNICEF for a long time. In December 2019, together with We Charity, she traveled to Kenya to meet the local community and visit schools built by organization. It's hard to imagine a more sincere and fragile heart among other young adults in the industry. Unfortunately, the series of shocks wasn't over. In 2020, Selena finally revealed that she was dealing with one more health issue, bipolar disorder. Selena recently found out that she was going through so many emotional struggles because she is bipolar and revealed it on Miley Cyrus's Instagram live show. But Selena explains that after she found out more about it, she felt more in control and it wasn't that scary for her anymore. After going through so much in her life, Selena seems to finally believe in her own strength. This time, it was not her mom, Taylor Swift, or Francia who helped her, but Gomez herself. We hope that Selena believes in herself as much as her fans have been doing for a long time and now has the strength to pull herself through.